Flash Devlog number 1. So this week in development in Conquest of Eldinar, we've been doing a lot. We're preparing for the demo launch this summer. When exactly this summer? You'll find out soon. I'm hitting the grindstone hard on creating a new look for Galewind Valley. This version of Galewind Valley, which is the standard like human fantasy map, it's much bigger than it was before. This is like 8 times the size of the demo map that we had going. It supports up to a 3v3, so 6 players in total. There's plenty of expansions. We're gonna have a quest mechanic with NPCs. Creating the creatures for that environment right now, you can see these are called the Merklings. They're like our take on river folklore creatures. They can swim, they can bite, they have chieftains that can cast spells, maybe turn you into like a frog or something like that. They're going to be super fun to fight in game, and I cannot wait to do the sound design on these guys. All right, I'll check back in with you all again next week. I'll show you tons more that we're working on. Let's try to do these every week from now on. Have a good day. Bye.
Flash Devlog number 2. Welcome back, everybody. So recently we finally completed both of the first 2 factions, Aranor and the Molten Legion. As you can see above, there's a bunch of cool new abilities that all these different characters can use when you play as them in action combat. All we got to do now is polish up a little bit of the VFX and they should be good to go in the game. Now that we have those first 2 factions in, we can really start balance testing the game and ensure that the user experience is solid all around. As for art this week, I've spent even more time on that Galewind Valley map that we're working on. It just needed that little bit more polish in detail. I also 3D modeled these really cool Merkling hut structures. It almost looks as if a beaver made it or something. I had a great time making these. It was super fun, and I think that they really add even more character to our Merkling creatures. Alright, that's all you guys are getting this week. I'll catch you again next week, and remember, this is the way. Bye!
Flash Devlog number 3. That's 2. All right, so this week, day-night cycle. That's right, day-night cycle. You guys remember Warcraft 3?
Me not that kind of orc.
Creatures that sleep at nighttime. It's going to change the lighting of the scenes and the environments. And all the different levels are going to have different interactions with the day-night cycle. Don't even get me started on what the Samurai are going to do with that. It's going to be awesome. The 2 latest castings have been casted. They are done, which means, you guessed it, 2 more are coming back out. Also, my slave, my employee, Brenton, he's been working on our first short film for Conquest of Eldinar. We have a Kickstarter coming out at the end of this month, and it's gonna be sick. No, faster. Get back to work. Okay. Filthy peasant. I'll break your kneecaps. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this week, guys. I'll catch you guys next week. Goodbye.
Flash Devlog number 4. This week has been pretty busy for me, unfortunately. I haven't had much time as I've been working on moving to the all new Galewind Valley. After Corey sends me all the art assets for the map, here's everything I need to do to get the map playable. Pathfinding. You just gotta make sure that units are able to get from point A to point B and navigate the terrain. Structures. You gotta make sure that the plots are positioned correctly, as well as the garrison and all the important points. Outposts, which are still a type of structure, but there's special logic to them since they are scattered throughout the map. Fog of War, a staple of any RTS you've played in the past. Last but not least, the mini-map. This shows you where all your units are at, as well as what parts of the Fog of War are revealed for you. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Hey guys, Corey doesn't know I added this part here. Please call for help. He's got me and Brenton hostage.
Flash Devlog number 5. The game development team is hard at work on characters right now. They've completed rats, farmers, wolves, and cows. Expect to see more from them about that in next week's Flash Devlog. In other news, the Bronze Knight Kickstarter is launching June 10th. We're making a brutal fantasy short film set in the world of Eldinar. This isn't just a pitch. We've shot, edited, and locked the first scene in, and it hits hard. But to bring the rest of the story to life, we need your help. So mark your calendars and get ready for the premiere.
Flash Devlog number 6. Nice to see you guys again. I hope you supported the Bronze Knight. If you haven't done it already, be sure to do so. We're only live for 1 month. So for the past couple of weeks on Game Dev, I've been doing characters. The most exciting part was starting on these. These are our first lore NPCs. These are going to scatter the various different maps and serve as opportunities for you guys to talk to characters and learn more about the world of Eldinar. We have Mike Haddonfield, Wallace P. Ardwick, and last but not least, we have the infamous monster hunter, Felicia Silvermane. I didn't just work on humans, I also worked on some creatures as well. As you can see here, rats are coming along. They're very scrappy and mischievous looking. And I also just finished working on wolves. Yeah, these things are going to be very hostile, mean-looking wolves that are going to serve as hostile creeps in the environment for you guys to fight. Next week, I'll be working on a few more creatures for the game, and hopefully I'll get to show you what they look like. All right, that's it for this Flash Devlog. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll catch you next time. Bye! Welcome to Flash Devlog number 7. Recently, we've been working on AI, and I wanted to play a match and show you some of the cool improvements that we've made. Let's see how much we can cram into 1 minute. There's still some placeholder visuals, so, cut me some slack here and there. And as I'm making some units and whatnot right here, if we zip our map over here onto this side of the map, we can see now the AI can send scouts. So for example, this archer right here is actually scouting into the map to try and find out where I am. They're trying to find if I built any expansions, where my base is at, so that way they know where to attack next. It looks like the AI is sending an army after me. They have a pretty balanced composition. In fact, actually, it looks like the AI is about to advance on my outpost specifically. They want to attack my expansion. Now I'm sieging their base. Let's see what we can do. The AI is doing everything it can to defend against me right now, including repairing its own wall. There it goes. I'm gonna take it down. There we have it. But that's it for this week. I'll catch you guys again next week. Bye. Flash Devlog number 8. All right, nice to see you guys back again. This week, I'm going to show you what we've been doing with some testing, new developments in that arena. So I know what you're thinking. Corey, 16 factions in Eldinar? That's ridiculous. How are you going to balance all of that? I'll tell you how we're going to balance it. It's not about balancing 16 different factions with 148 whatever units that are in the game. It's about balancing these simple things. Armor type, damage type. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Rock, paper, scissors, guys. This is RTS. What weapon or magic type do you need to use to counter heavy armored units? What damage type do you need to use in order to counter medium armor or light armor? So we built this cool little test map to drop units in and test out all of the different characters against each other, measuring things like kill times, DPS ratings, armor, all these things. So we're heavy in a balancing phase right now. Gonna get these things fine-tuned and nice and perfect. All right, that's all I'm gonna show you guys this week. Come back next week though. You'll see some really cool stuff. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.
Flash Devlog number 9. This week, we're working on neutral creatures. One of the biggest benefits of having these creatures is that they'll give our maps a lot more life than it has at the moment. Also, some factions will make interesting uses of these creatures. The first thing we had to implement is the spawning logic of these creatures, so different parts of the map will be populated by different creatures. These creatures have different types of behavior, so some creatures will be passive. You can imagine a rabbit. If you approach it, it'll run away, where a wolf would attack you back. The first creature we're working on is the sheep, and the reason we chose that as the first creature is that it's very simple in its behavior. It just moves around from one spot to another, just wanders to find food, and if you attack it, it will run away. We're planning to implement a lot more complex creatures that are upcoming, like wolves, which will have the ability to attack you back, and the merklings. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We'll see you same time next week. Bye.
Flash Devlog number 10. We are working on creating a unique, cool design for the curses for the factions you'll be playing as. What's unique about this is you can activate an ability and it'll change the curse design. If it's an ability, if you're controlling a unit, if it's attacking, each faction gets their own unique designs for the cursor. Well, that's it. I hope to see you guys next week.
But wait! There's more!
Brenton! Yeah, that's right, and we're working on zombies!
That's right, and we're working on zombies! Let's go!
Yeah, okay,
And we're working on the vials! We're working on vials too!
You know what? We're also working on the vials as well.
And say, this dog is really f***ing cute!
Now punch the camera.
Yeah, now punch me in the phone without hurting me. Flash Devlog number 11. So this week, we've been working on getting the new Lichborn units done. This is the classic undead fantasy faction, and they have a lot of surprises in store for you guys. They have units like the zombie, the skeleton, the vial, the harbinger, the necromancer, the reaper, the venom rider, the executioner, And of course, last but not least, the King of Graves, based off of the undead lord archetype that can raise entire armies at once. You'll be playing as these guys soon when the demo comes out this December. I'll catch you guys next week. Flash Devlog number 12. Hey everybody, how's it going? We have a lovely concept artist on the team, Lindley Barba. She has been working on some concept designs for the Lichborn. You will be able to play as them in the demo coming out this December. So I'm going to show you a behind the scenes look at some of her concept art and give you a quote from her to see behind the scenes and how she came up with these fantastic structured designs for art. The Lichborn are a unique faction since their buildings reflect their human past as well as their present undead society. So we wanted their cities and structures to reflect that. The original buildings are composed of pale stone and clean angles, heavily influenced by early medieval and Romanesque architecture. But we also wanted to show the changes in the passing of time by making the final structure somewhat derelict, overrun with thorns, and chaotically reconstructed with dark metal elements. This contrast exemplifies the journey of the Lichborn as a people and the turmoil of their own existence. All right, that'll be it for this week. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Love you all. Mwah!
What the hell? What the hell?
Flash Devlog number 13. This week, we're doing a bug bash. As part of the development cycle, as we deliver new features and we continue adding more functionality to the game, bugs get introduced all over the place. We're very well aware of how frustrating bugs are as gamers ourselves. Therefore, we have to dedicate some time to make sure that we're able to fix as many of these, so when we do deliver the products, we deliver it with the least amount of bugs possible. We start by focusing on functional bugs, since a lot of functional bugs end up causing visual issues, but the other way is rarely the case. It's difficult to estimate the amount of time that bug fixing and balancing would take, since each bug is its own beast that we have to conquer. But with every step of the way, we're thinking about you and delivering the best experience possible. Thank you for watching. We'll see you same time next week.